This is Reverend Grace. I'm so glad that you're part of Vacation Bible School this week. Thank you for being part of Camp Compassion today. I hope you had a really good first day of VBS. We are learning all about compassion this week. Compassion is when we feel with other people, we share that feeling and that love and show mercy and compassion and care for others. And today we learned that compassion happens when we see and welcome and pay attention to each other's feelings. When we notice if somebody's feeling sad or happy or lonely or joyful, and then we share that feeling with them, we're sharing empathy with them, we're sharing compassion with them. And that's something we're learning to do this week, is to share that compassion and love with everybody we meet. Our compassion partner for today is Feeding the Valley Food Bank and Winton Neighborhood Network Food Pantry. A food bank is a big organization that collects lots of surplus food and distributes it out to lots of organizations so that they can share it with neighbors. And so Winton Neighborhood Network Food Pantry gets a lot of its food that it shares from the food bank. This is where the food for Winton Neighborhood Network is being sorted and stored right now here in our outreach center. These bags will go out to neighbors in need in our community. Some of the food came from Feeding the Valley. Some of the food came from people like you, though. One way you can show compassion is by bringing some food by the food pantry and giving that away, and that's something that can be shared and used in our community. When we share what we have, we let compassion go all over our community. We're so grateful for our partners at Feeding the Valley and Winton Neighborhood Network for the good work that they do. In today's story, the father invited both of his sons to have a meal and a party and celebrate. And in doing that, he was showing compassion to both of them. He had compassion for the younger son who had made so many mistakes and really messed up, but the father welcomed him back with open arms. The father forgave him and said he was so glad he was there at the party. But the father also had compassion for the older brother who was hurt and upset by what his younger brother had done. The father had compassion for him too and reached out and tried to get him to come to the party as well. The father had compassion for both of his sons, no matter what they had done. We know God has compassion for us. No matter what we've done or where we've been, God is always welcoming us back with open arms. God's compassion helps us have compassion for others. Thank you for celebrating the good news of God's compassion with us today. I invite you later today to take your coloring page if you like, and you can color this prayer. You might want to share it with us on our Facebook page at St. Thomas in Columbus, Georgia. But I invite you now to put one hand on your head and one hand on your heart, because we think with our minds and we feel with our hearts, and we need both of them to show compassion in the world. So put one hand on your head and one on your heart, and repeat this prayer after me, keeping your hands right there. Repeat after me. Welcoming one. Your warm, wide arms are always open, drawing us into your love. Make our arms your own, helping us see and welcome with compassion all those we meet. Amen. And later today, I invite you to take your daily examine card. This is a way of praying at the end of the day. It invites us to think about our day with God and reflect on that. You can do this with people you live with in your household, or you can do it by yourself and you have that conversation with God later today. I'm going to offer the prayer from our daily examine here as we close. God of welcome, you help us see your love and acceptance. Help us love and accept others in your name. Amen. Friends, go in peace to love and serve the Lord. Thanks be to God.